Hello guys, my name is Roshan Nandurkar and you are watching my YouTube channel Java and Python Geek. So if you not subscribe my YouTube channel, so please click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification guys. So the next interview question, it may ask you in interview room, what is the default priority of each thread? What is the default priority of each thread? So many of us like to say the default priority of each thread, okay, set as a 5. So this is a wrong guys. Okay, this is a wrong. Okay. So every thread will not set its a default priority 5. Okay. The thread priority depend on its a parent thread priority. Got it guys? So if parent thread priority is 10, if parent thread priority is 10 and suppose any thread we create from that thread, so that child thread set its a priority of its a parent thread priority. Got it guys? Okay, let's discuss with one example. Okay, like let's say I create one thread. Now I will say new. Okay, now let's say we create one thread, or the main thread priority always set by JVM as a 5. Okay, name of the thread is main, priority is always set it as a 5, and the group name is always set as a okay main. So now suppose from this thread, we create any thread, so now the name of this thread will be what will be the default name? Default name of that thread will be thread hyphen 0. Okay, thread hyphen 0. And the priority it will set as a 5 because this thread we created from this thread. Okay, and the group name of that thread is the will set it as a main. Okay, now okay, so this will be the thread. Suppose okay, suppose before starting this thread, or suppose we start this thread, and then suppose we change the priority, we said okay, so, I want to change the priority. Okay, so I can say priority. Okay, priority, suppose I said I want to set the priority of this thread as a 7, and then suppose from this thread we create one more thread. So now the priority of this thread, suppose this one will be the third thread. So this will be the first thread. Okay, this will be the second thread. Okay, second thread, and this will be the third thread. Okay, so now we have three threads. Okay, so first thread we no need to create because JVM will always create this thread. Okay, but from this main thread we created any child thread. Okay, one child thread. So now second thread we have created, and from second thread we have created one more thread. So this will be the third thread, and the priority of this thread now will be the 7 guys, because we created this thread okay from this thread. Got it guys? So default priority will not be 5. Okay, default priority of any thread or any child thread depend on its a parent thread priority guys. Got it? So now let's discuss with one example. Let's say I said pspm. Okay, let's say I said pspm, and now I want to receive the currently executing thread dot okay current thread. Okay, and now I said a thread. Okay, thread t. So now I want to check the thread name. So now I will say thread name. Okay, thread name t dot get name. Okay, this will return the thread name. Now thread we will say priority, thread priority. Okay, So now we will say get priority. Okay, and the thread group. Okay, thread group. Okay, so this thread created by JVM. Hence the thread name will be the main, priority will be the 5. Okay, and the group name. Okay, so we will say t dot get a thread group dot, what we will say guys, get name. Now you will see guys, okay, you will see one by one. Name of the thread is main, priority is 5, and okay, and the thread group is main guys. And now suppose this is the main thread, this is the main thread guys. Okay, the main thread is executing. Suppose from this thread we create one more thread. Suppose we write class, okay, a99, and I said implements runnable, okay. So now we need to override run method at here. Okay, and now I will receive whichever thread will come for execution, I will receive the object of that thread. Okay, so by using this current thread method, I will receive that thread object. Okay, now then I will, okay, print, I will print the thread name. Okay, I will say child thread name. I will say child thread name, child thread priority. Okay, and the child thread group. Okay, now you will see guys. Okay, you will see. So now, okay, so we have to create a thread for, okay, this A99 class. So now how we will create a thread, okay, I will say my thread, or I will say my child thread. We will say new thread. Okay, for which class we have to create a thread? I have to create a thread for A99. Okay, and okay, I will not pass the thread name, so we can check the default thread name guys. Okay, so I will say my child thread, please start the execution. We will say start, run file. Okay, now you will see guys. Okay, this is the main thread properties. Okay, main 5 and main. So what is the default name? Thread-0. Okay, so this question, okay, it may ask you in interview, what is the default name? Thread-0. Suppose we create one more thread. Okay, thread 1. Okay, and suppose I create one more thread. Okay, thread 2. Second thread we create for same class. Okay, so now second thread will be, okay, we need to say second thread. Okay, please start the execution, run file. Now you will see guys, the first thread name is the thread-0, second thread name is the thread-1 guys. Okay, if we don't set the thread name, so by default the name of the thread, it will set as a thread-0 guys. Okay, as we have discussed at here, thread-0. Okay, now then suppose we create third thread. So now the name of that thread will be thread-2. Okay, but suppose we change the name. Suppose we change the name of first thread. Okay, first child thread. So now I said NLT. Okay, NLT. Okay, now run file. Now you will see guys, the first child thread name is the NLT, and the second child thread name, it will start with thread-0 guys. Okay, and suppose I change the name of this thread also. Okay, suppose I said India. Okay, run file. So the name of that thread is the India guys. Okay, because both the thread are executing the run method of which class? A99, because both thread we have created for, okay, same class. Okay, now the priority of both the child thread, you can see 5. You can see 5. Okay, but suppose before creating this thread, suppose I change the priority. Suppose I change the priority, t dot, okay, set priority, or we can say, okay, we can say main thread. This is the main thread. So hence I will write the object name, main thread dot get name, main thread dot get priority, main thread dot, okay, get name. And suppose main thread dot set priority, I want to set the priority of main thread after using the thread. Okay, after using the thread. Okay, so you can see, okay, thread priority. Okay, thread priority before, okay, before changing guys. Okay, so now then after, okay, thread priority after changing. Okay, after changing. Okay, I will say after changing. Okay, I will say before changing. Now, okay, I overwrite. Okay, I change the priority 5 to 7. Okay, now run file. You can see, guys. Okay, the thread name main, thread priority before changing 5. Thread group name is main. Okay, but after changing, I write a priority of main thread will be the 7. Now, then after I created this 2 thread. So hence this 2 thread will change their priority, okay, 5 to 7, because this child thread always set their property according to the parent thread priority, guys, according to the parent thread priority. Okay, or let's say suppose I write, okay, I write one more class. Okay, class, okay, A99, okay, underscore 2. And suppose I said implements runnable. Okay. And now suppose I write, okay, run method at here. Okay. So child of child, child of child, child of child, child of child, and child of child. Okay. So now, okay, we can create a thread from this child thread. How we can create? We will say thread, we will say child of child, okay, new thread, okay, and we will pass the object of A99 underscore 2 class object, okay, and the name of the thread we will say child of child, something like that, okay, and we can start that thread, okay. So child of child, okay, dot we will say start, okay. So now we will write some separation at here, right click and run file. Okay, you can see, guys, child of child, okay, having priority 7, because child of child, okay, child of child started from which class? Child of child started from which thread? Okay, from this thread. Okay, so this child of child will set its a priority of its a parent thread priority. You can see, guys, 7. Okay, now, okay, we are getting 2 times. Okay, child of child, because why we are getting this 2 times? Child of child, okay, because okay, we are starting this 2 thread. Okay, so first thread, okay, will start the execution of run method. Second thread will again start the execution of run method, guys. Okay, so hence we will get 2 times. Okay, got it, guys. So now the by default priority of each thread will set, okay, according the priority of its a parent thread, guys. Got it, guys? Okay, so if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Okay, thank you.